since you three have worked so much in this space, at the core of it, एक product क्यों बिकता है? Like, why does something sell and why does something not sell? If you had to provide insights from that, what would you say? Like, maybe you can start first.
I think a product sells because it fulfills the needs of the customer. So what we used to say is there is a daily want and there is a daily need of a customer, and there is occasional want and occasional needs. So your product has to fit in somewhere. And there are occasional consumption and there are daily consumptions. So your product has to solve the needs of that customer, the wants of that customers. Secondly, product sells because you are fulfilling some vanity or some ego of that person if you are selling a high value product. Yeah.
So how do you recognize these needs? If I am somebody who wants to sell a product today, how will I get data on what cures somebody's ego or vanity? What is his need? How do I go about figuring out what product to design?
I think the society is changing, the world is changing. You can look at what is getting popular. So like we always thought when OTT came in and COVID made it happen that people watched the longer form of storytelling, nobody believed that storytelling can be told in 10 hours or 20 hours. Storytelling was supposed to be within less than 3 hours. It changed the whole market. I think the whole content market, the cinema, the multiplexes, it will undergo a significant change. So what to produce which the customer or the audience likes? Today, the entire Hindi Bollywood film industry is struggling. There was a movie, I'm told, it didn't run even for a day. They had to take it out. And it's happening. This kind of mishaps are happening like crazy.
Yeah.
And so what do you create for multiplex as a content? I think everybody is getting into the drawing board.
By the way, this is true for retail very, very strongly. I've seen when the channel changes, what sells also changes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely.
Right? So because as soon as the channel changes, like what you discover first, like for example, earlier when you used to go offline, you will touch the product. That was a big part of what you buy. Now you can't do it. Right? So suddenly pricing takes a big, like I have seen online, pricing suddenly is a lot more important because touch and quality is somehow it's very hard to pick. Now merchandising, inspiration, photographs, social matters a lot, which was not there earlier. So as soon as channel changes, like what sells changes like completely. Now internet was a big thing, mobile was a big thing. Now AI, I don't know what that is, right? Like AI will also kind of change some of these channels.
Absolutely.
Right? Mm-hmm. Meta was supposed to be, now it doesn't feel like it's going to happen anytime soon. But if that happened,
has big potential in shopping.
Like it should be. Like if medium becomes large, by the way, then the channel, especially for shopping, will change. But then what you buy will be very different.
Like if these guys like Meta, with all the access to so much information, is spending $15 billion or $16 billion a year on creating that ecosystem, would you say it's likely that that will be the future?
It's very hard because historically, if you see, whenever big technology shifts come, they generally don't come from large companies, they come from startups, right? So it's very hard that they will know what people need. Meta will know, right? Like like every single time all of these technologies have come, they've never come from existing large incumbents, right? Mm-hmm. So I find it unlikely it will happen. It may happen, like who knows? But historically, it's never been.
Right. Right. And what do you think, like I was asking him, like, what do you think is working today and what do you think will work tomorrow when it comes to selling a product?
So I think my assessment is this whole thing of serving need has become a lot more of serving aspirations now. As I was saying, most people come...
Society is changing?
So both people now have a lot more discretionary income, as people say. So it's not that when they want to buy, they buy. Now people open the app and they want to look like this celebrity or look like this influencer because they feel it's much better. And you fulfill their aspiration, they feel much more happier. Right? So now I think some bit of the consumption started to happen.
And we're still talking about that 15-20 crore population of India.
Like, so for example, just in the last 12 months, 14 crore people have bought in Meesho. So I'm saying it's a large...
They go to a much larger audience.
Right? So now it's a lot of people who are, like the India 2 is there. We have a lot of India 2 users on our platform.
So you're saying Is Meesho predominantly India 1 with some India 2, or is it like India 1 plus?
I would say both.
Right.
Both balanced. We don't have, India 1 is a very broad segment, right? So we don't have the top 10, 15 million, I would say, but everyone else after.
Do you see India 2's discretionary income rising?
So it's still small, and that's why our job is to, like, within that small wallet, still help them fulfill those aspirations. They still go on Instagram, they still follow someone, and they say, hey, no, I don't have the same amount of money. Can you help me fulfill this aspiration in a very small budget? Right. Which is what we solve, but they also have aspirations, very, very strong ones.
No, we had a very interesting, another thing, like India 1 consumes in their lifetime. I would have consumed at least 10,000 SKUs, but India 2 or India 3 will be 200 SKUs. India 2 would be, I don't know how much, but not more than 400, 500 in their lifetime. So that's rising.
Correct.
I would say India 2 would have consumed only 100 SKUs at one point of time. Now it's rising.
Going up.
Now they want from that to a toothpaste, to this, to a cream, to everything. So that's happening.
So you're saying it makes sense to build products which appear to be aspirational today. And what do you think will be tomorrow?
It's very hard. I just feel like a lot of this, as per capita goes up, this 2,000 goes to 4,000. Most of the increase is happening in discretionary, not like people fulfill their non-discretionary needs anyways, right? So it's going to come here. So I feel that this aspiration thing is going to compound and grow non-linearly going forward. Like everyone is doing it, and everyone's doing it individually now. So earlier it used to be a family affair. Now everyone's fulfilling their own aspirations separately. Everyone follows someone else on Instagram. Everyone else has different things that they aspire for, and they're fulfilling it again and again. And our job is to basically make it affordable, right? Like, how do we make them achieve their aspirations affordably is what we focus on as a company.
Right, right. You want to go next?
Yeah, like it's a very complex thing. Like if you'll see,
what trend is working today? So if I'm building a product for today, what do you think I should keep in mind? And what trend do you think will be there tomorrow?
I think today, if you'll see, it's how you are, if you are talking about commerce, it drives from your unit economics, am I right? Currently, it's making lots of sense to optimize, let's say, on supply chain, sourcing, inventory cost, and everywhere the technology goes. Hey, there's a festival, these SKUs go. So currently, we are picking up which SKU, how, what, and all those things. We are building a technology, infrastructure, consumption, predicting, ki, hey, next time, next year, 40% it will grow in this channel. But how channels are changing, it's very different. Like I was just describing, Gen Zs are thinking in a very different way about their consumption. Millennials are definitely a bit thinking, and the other people, like traditional consumer, who is like price sensitive, quality, touch and feel. I'll give one example. Gen Z was saying that size matters too much to me. I will not going to buy online like this clothing size. So I will not going to buy online because for me, I am buying and then returning again. I want to look exactly fit like the celebrity. So for me, the price sensitivity is not that much. For me, and offline gives me that flexibility. So I'll see here, but I wanted to buy what I like offline. Because that's where instant if I am able to buy offline. So it's a different kind of key. I never imagined, because there are so many policies where saying that, hey, I will return within 5 days, 10 days, again fulfill. Well, no, it will not matter. For me, it takes lots of time. Either I should order 5, 6 sizes, then my money get stuck. The insight is, we have to watch out where the consumers are spending most of their time. And we have to build some of the products according to that channel. So if you'll see, most of the evolution, and sir will agree, has happened technology on backend, rationalizing the technology for applications like what to give to consumers, like pricing search, things like that, SKU search, cataloging, things like that. All those investment has happened in last 15 years, I can at least say that. But nobody knows which channel is picking up. So I think that's where I'm saying now the time is to find a consumer, their money, where they are liking, what's they are liking, like for fashion. Logically, it said, let's say social media is one of the most leading channels. But for consumer goods, like white goods, is it the performance? Is it the support? Is it the pricing? I don't know. Let's say buying AC on the social media is very hard to imagine. Mobile phone, I'm very clear because it's a feature-led, camera-led. Camera is dominating, let's say, mobile as a category. Because that's the consideration set for new generation as well as for everyone.
Say your son grows up in 5 years and he's shopping online.
I don't know. He will buy like within game. He's playing so much there. He can click. I wanted to order this. I wanted to look like this. I don't know. Or might be that's not the mainstream.
Right. Hi, I'm Nikhil. Thank you for watching the podcast. Let us know who your favorite guest has been and who you'd like to watch next. Thank you.